Go. Let's just see what happens here. Like we said, it's very important who starts CT. If FM do get it, I think they'll be able to carry on the momentum they got last map, and they should secure this, especially when they know they've got a map to play with as well. It's all to play for them, really. Here we go then. Both teams very tentative now. No, this is an important decision for them. Who's going to go in first? Windansky does pick up the first frag, and it looks like it's going to be a bit of a party in the garage area right now, as it looks like it's a 3-on-2 now in favor of Rasta. Oh, there we go. Rasta will take it, and unless something has gone seriously wrong, they will take the CT side. Yep, there we go. They will be sticking. They know, especially Rasta, they want to be I'd say they want to be posting 12 rounds at least. Just because I've seen their T side earlier today, and it left a lot left to be desired, to be honest. So I think they'll just be wanting to strong arms the CT side and making sure they post a very strong score indeed. But it looks like we have a slight delay here. Neil Xenia asking for 2 seconds.
One,
perhaps
2. Come on, Neil, go live. Can we replace Windansky, please? Oh, God. Go on, Henry, go and show him how it's done.
Yeah. I miss it. I do miss the main stage.
Yeah.
Now I'm just on the sidelines.
Shame you hung up your mouse and keyboard, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, well. Here we go, then. So we have fm-eSports starting on the terrorist side of D-Nuke. They have the map advantage after last map. They won Dust 2, that was 16-13. And we have the defensive team, as in Rasta Gaming. That's going to be Reason, Pulse, Spuds, JChem, and Weber. Weber is going to be the man to watch this map. He's so important. He's so hard to predict. He can be anywhere, anytime. He is one of those people that can really infiltrate the defenses of terrorist teams and just kind of gets in there and kind of surprises them wherever he is. So here we go. Slower round than we're used to seeing from FN now.
Yeah, and talking about Weber, on the T side, one thing I like he does is he plays that lurker role, very similar to Get Right. He hangs back and gets rotating CTs.
He just knows how good he is at clutching, so he kind of fancies his chances, and he's so good at this ramper position, manages to get 3 huge headshots there from Weber onto the fm-eSports side. That's going to be devastating for them. Oh, that's... FM do manage to answer back with 2 of their own, but those 3 frags would be so important, and to be very difficult, I think, for FM to actually get back into this one. Low HP on Neil Xenia.
Yeah, well, let's see. I mean, if the terrorists can get 1 more frag, then it's game on. But they are waiting to hear the bomb go down. Of course, one of the reasons why Nuke is so CT side is because both bomb sites are slap bang on top of each other.
Absolutely. So the rotation between the bomb sites is very easy. So this is one of the rare maps when it's a 4-on-4 situation. The CT still do have the edge slightly, just because they can just pit 2 in one side, 2 in the other. So it's not like other maps where you have to spread thinly across, like Inferno. You have to spread like 100 meters away from each other across the map. It's very close and easy rotations. We've got 20 seconds here now. Zed has got the bomb. He's in the ladder area now. He's going to have to want to get up there very quickly indeed, and it's going to be a very precarious position for him to try and get up. And JChem answering back with 2 great 5-7 kills, but that round was all about Weber. One man who's by himself in the ramp and managing to take down 3 huge kills. No bomb goes down for FM, and that's going to be a great start for the Rasta campaign here. And this is going to be good for them to actually build together and actually aim for those 12 rounds they're desperately in need.
I mean, what did you make of that? Because the terrorists were on the lower B bomb site. They could have perhaps gambled and dropped the bomb, but then Zed went round underneath heaven, made noise by breaking the windows.
I think it was probably they just assumed the CT would be down there, which they weren't. It's very hard. It's easy for us to say, oh, they should have done this, but like they were thinking, oh, there's definitely going to be a CT waiting in Toxic, for example. But that's the breaks, unfortunately. And here we go. The first frag will be going in favor of Rasta. As we say, that Windansky answers back with 1 of his own, and it's going to be a 4-on-4 now. And this is going to be very important in the next frag. FM definitely just want the bomb down, to be honest.
Yeah, it's crucial that FM-eSports keep getting these return frags, pick up the pharmacies, which was what Neil did, but he failed to capitalize on the pharmacy he was given. And well, Jacob's going to get a double. And by the looks of things, Zed and Mike S are just going to run straight into Weber's P90, or to quote Semler, Pro 90.
The Pro 90, yeah. You see that a lot these days. It's coming out in a lot of games.
So Weber just taking his time. He's scared Zed off, and there we go, the headshot down ramp. And 2-0, as expected, really.
Yeah, and here we go. We can see the economy with no bomb on the terrorists is going to be pretty low. They'll probably go for another CZ round here. It wouldn't surprise me if they go for something a little bit faster, maybe to see how the upper setup is looking and see whether they see any weaknesses there. We can see Spuds actually picking up a scout here, which is could be an interesting decision. Well, I better hope he hits his shots here, but there we go. Let's jump on board with the CTs now.
So 3 of the terrorists making their way outside. He said you wanted Spuds to hit his shots, and he most certainly did there with the scout. But he is being hurt pretty badly. He's gotten 3. He will be annihilated by ZC's at 75. And maybe if the terrorists can, push big garage, pick up that scout, maybe they might be able to use it to their advantage. And unfortunately, now the T's, they went outside. I don't really recommend going outside. We saw the damage Spuds did with that scout. When you've got the pistols, you want to keep it at close quarters.
You either want to use smoke to just go so fast that you make the sniper panic. So they did neither of those and kind of just got picked out one by one and then kind of were forced just to go in.
They got what they deserved.
Well, here we go then. It's going to be the first gun round now. It'll be interesting to see what kind of setup FM bring to the party. Will they be choosing to kind of battle the sniper outside? I don't think they will. It looks like they actually will just go with the 5 rifle setup here. And it'll be after speaking to them yesterday, I know they haven't really got any set pieces for D-Nuke, especially on the terrorist side. I really think they're going to struggle to get any rounds strung together here. I think they'll just be relying on big individual plays. We can see them, they might have done their homework yesterday, but it looks like they might be going for an outside, kind of standard outside play here. The smokes will be going down outside. That will be locking out Spuds here. We just jump on him. You can see that the smokes will be landing in front of his screen any second, and here we go, there they are. That kind of takes him out of the game. He will honestly like to fall back, but that's a great pick from him, to be honest. myeS going down, and he gets one for the smoke. That's very cheeky indeed. Zed is going to be upset with that one. Huge frag from him.
Well, it goes to show how much of a quality player Spuds is. When you give him that AWP here on Nuke, you just stick him in big garage and just watch him do the damage. And I think FM Toxic would be really disappointed by losing those 2 men so early on.
Well, yeah, they put the smokes down, but they had after putting the smokes down, they didn't even allow their players to kind of execute and get to the secret steps before someone on yellow got taken down, over-facing from yellow. Didn't even utilize any flashbangs. Gave the Spuds a couple of, well, not a couple of easy kills, one easy kill and then a lovely shot through the smoke. But yeah, a sign of things to come, I'm afraid to say, I think. It looks like the T's will struggle on this side.
All right, let's wait and see if it well and truly is a sign of things to come. Socken in lobby as Weber waits for what could potentially be a ramp room push, but of course they can't see what we can see. We know that at the moment the terrorists aren't really having a gander at ramp room, bar one of them. Let's have a look at the mini-map. We've got Neil, who's... is that T-Spawn? Neil's in T-Spawn. Oh, you've got 10 seconds. That explains it.
They lost those first 2 frags, and they say they know they can't get into this one. After those 2 very important frags, Neil will just be wanting to save the 3 guns. They know this is the right decision. That round is going to be almost impossible to win now. So I think this is a very wise decision, very wise and informed decision they've made there to kind of keep their guns. They will be able to have another full buy and another crack at it. I think they can probably run the same tactic, to be honest. Just don't make sure you don't give away those easy frags. There's a bit of an anomaly with the AWP shot through the smoke, but the one on top of yellow myeS dropped was a bit silly in my opinion. But let's see how this pans out now. It'll be interesting to see whether Spuds changes his position. That's the whole aim of the game of CT AWP, is to kind of be in a different position almost every round and show the team that you're not scared of them, and you've got to be very hard to predict. We see Spuds going onto that catwalk area now. At JKM, this is a very strong outside setup from the Rasta. They know they want to get that first frag and fall back, but it looks like the T's will actually be opting for an upper take here, an upper execution. It looks like they will be going into the side now. Reason opening up the fragging, and it's going to be next frag to be very important. Neil Zinnia manages to take him down, and here's going to have to be a retake from the CTs now. Yeah, let's see whether the CTs can retake it. Great nade from Pulse. The Molotov's going to come out and land exactly on myeS. Are we going to have a barbecued myeS tonight? We'll only have to wait and find out. Pulse lands the headshot, and myeS now, he dropped down the vents. He's on the complete opposite bomb site, and I don't think he can salvage this one. Pulse gets a hat trick, and it is going to be 5-0 in favor of the counter-terrorists. Great retake from them, and we saw how crucial the Molotov was there. We saw how crucial the nades were. Yeah, to kind of force myeS to jump down into that, into that vent before he got burnt alive, and he was in a very precarious position there when he was trying to clutch that situation. It was a nice tactic from FM. It almost could have gone either way. You saw the 2 players remaining on very low health. I think they just need to make sure they don't get too disheartened when these rounds don't work. Like, you can't win every single round. It doesn't mean the tactic's not good enough. I think they need to go back to this outside setup and just hopefully have a little bit more luck with the smokes. You can see Spuds here changing position yet again, just trying to stay dynamic and keep the T's guessing. I feel like that A take was quite fortunate actually, because Jacob had dropped down to T steps, and he normally plays heaven. So that would have given the CTs the extra man on the A bomb site to perhaps resist the push a little bit better, because there was only so much Reason could do with just the FAMAS by himself. But Socken gets the return frag. Lovely headshot onto Spuds. And let's see whether Pulse can get one. Yes, he can. Down goes Windansky. And the bomb
is still outside, and Socken is going to try and go around Heaven. So I think they might try and drop down to the low bomb site here, and Socken might try and push through ramp room from behind and surprise the counter-terrorists.
I think you might be right. Socken's going to be very important here. If you can get some distraction or even a frag of himself and start pulling the CTs apart, that'd be great. But it looks like that's going to come to no avail whatsoever. He's going to have to go join his teammates now as we jump on board with them. They're going to be downstairs, going to be Mike S and Zed in the window area now. 30 seconds remaining. Zed with the bomb in that window room, and his frag does get dropped by Weber. Weber's so strong on this ramp lower position, and he knows he's got the bomb there. He just needs to stop them planting now.
Yeah, Weber knows this lower B bomb site better than he knows his own house, most likely. That's how many times this lad's played Nuke. But here we go. Pulse spots one, sprays and prays, doesn't get the kill, and with only 17 seconds to go, they need to get this bomb down. It's Socken 1 versus 3. The time is ticking. The CTs, they know they just don't have to face. Don't face, wait for the bomb to go down, and push as a unit. Push together, and the clock's just going to run out, Henry.
Yeah, they want to wait till they kill him, though. Don't kill him now. They want to wait till it runs out. Oh. Oh, no, they haven't done it. Kill him now. There you go. Now he gets no money at all next round. So that's good stuff from him. He's jump on board with Socken. He's actually got $900. That was good. I think JKM was going for the kill there. I don't think he wanted the glory instead of the tactical advantage there. But if you kill a player after the time has run out, they get 0 money next round, and they obviously don't get to keep the gun. So that was good stuff from them. That's going to force the T's onto a horrible eco here, and there might be a double one after that round. But this is what the momentum I was talking about. If Rasta got going, they should be getting at least 12 here. It looks, for me, FM look pretty shaky on this map. They're almost running out of ideas now, but they just need to make sure they keep running the strats they are. Outside is very important on this map. You need to get that outside control, get players down to secret, and ensure you're kind of showing some dominance around there and having the CTs having to rotate instead of just staying in one position and being able to call you're doing upper takes, etc. So after this round, it'll be nice to see FM actually mix it up a little bit and maybe even challenge the Orpa as well. Spuds seems to be having a pretty free reign outside. No one seems to actually be taking him out.
I think it's quite interesting as well that Pulse has over $12,000 just on his own.
Yeah, the economy is great for the CTs right now. They really are firing on all cylinders. Every round's going in their favour. It looks like yet another one. That's going to be a horrible Molotov for the T's to run through. Jacob and Weber here doing a little combo play from ramp room, and it's going to be Zed trying to work his way in the main entrance now. Is there going to be any kills for the T's available here? I don't think there is. Oh, as I say, that Weber does go down. It's going to be Zed, the last man. I don't think the CTs know where he is, though, so he may be able to pick up 1 or 2 kills here, but not much more than that, I'm afraid.
Yeah, might be able to drop Spuds. He's made a bit of noise, but there is a CT in Heaven. But it was Spuds in the end who got the kill, so good AWPing from him. And I'm sure he'll be happy that he didn't go down to the CZ75, that he didn't give his AWP away. And Zed was wiped out in the end. So 7-0, fm-eSports yet on another bye. We haven't really seen him make any of them count, Henry. And what do you think they need to do differently?
Like I said before, I need to just go back to the drawing, like the simple stuff in CSGO. Do the outside smokes, and just negotiate your way down to the secret steps, and then you've got the whole map open to you. Then you can get to upper through the vents, and it looks like they might be doing that now. It looks like the smokes will be getting deployed here. They just need to make sure they don't lose a man before anything's actually happened. That's the main thing here.
So Pulse, one of the CTs on top of this upper bomb site. Spuds is AWPing outside, and there's yet another kill through the smoke.
I'm not really sure why they're walking it, to be honest. You just want to get out of that area. They know, unless you're faking it, you just want to get straight through there. Like the fact they're walking this in a big bunch like that, this gave Spuds a nice opportunity to just shoot blindly into a smoke and take one of them out. But as we said, that they have managed to get their way into the secret steps, but it's just too slow. The CTs are far too aware as to what's going on, and they're just locked up in this little pen here of limbo between outside and back steps, and it could be very difficult for them to actually make any sort of impact here. Let's just jump on the Spuds here, see what he's doing. He's going to be in the ramp area. We can see Socken is going to be taking the window room. They have actually managed to get their way into the lower bomb site. It'll be interesting to see how they approach the bomb site now and whether they'll be able to get it down. We can see Socken now. He has got the bomb. The smokes will be deployed onto the bomb site. He's going to run out now and try and get it planted, but I don't think he will. Weber does take him down. Another strong play from him. Big frag as the bomb goes down onto the bomb site. It's going to be a 2-on-5 situation, and this has gone all sorts of wrong for FM. Losing that first frag early on through the smoke has proved very important, and they all just fell apart from there. The wheels have fallen off for FM right now, and this is just going to be a complete whitewash this round. They're not even going to pick up 1 frag. Time's going to run out again, and they might be left with no money again. Chase him. Oh, Windansky gets, well, very skillful from him, to be fair, to be honest. Yeah, gets 2 big frags, manages to secure his money and his gun for the next round.
Yeah, but it wouldn't surprise me if FM Toxic forced a buy here. Socken is going to be a bit low on cash, and are they going to force it, or Well, a bit of a team talk going on, perhaps?
I think they probably need one, to be honest. Nothing's working. They kind of keep doing the same silly mistakes. The outside smokes they're doing will work fine if they just run and get down there quickly and don't allow the fact they're walking and allowing the CT just to call, yep, they're going outside. It's for me, it's not really going to work for them. They need to just get through quickly and then use their aim. Like the tactical edge they have right now isn't working. So they have got one AK in hand this round. They've got a couple of pieces of armor. Sokken's got head armor, so is Windansky with the AK. We can see Zed with the Deagle. But we've got such a defensive setup from the CTs now. It's going to be very, very difficult for them to try and penetrate any of their defenses right now.
I'm not sure if they've got anyone on T roof who's planning on perhaps flashing through the glass roof of the A-bomb site, but it does look like they've had a change of heart. They've decided to go towards ramp room, where Weber, the living beast, is waiting for them, and he will get two.
Strong.
He's too strong. He's too good for them. And based on this performance so far, I honestly think Rasta look good value for their money. They're utilizing the Molotovs well. Their nades are one step ahead of FM-eSports. FM just look lost. Yeah,
this is it. They just look like they've just run out of ideas and they've taken their foot off the pedal, and it's kind of just they're running the time down and it's kind of running out one by one after that. You can see the money has built up now, so they will have an opportunity to get back into this. They've got 6 rounds left to play. Like, even if they get 3 now, that would be fine. They just need to get some rounds posted now before it slips away and it becomes a 15-0, because obviously there's no real way of coming back from that. So this is the point now that the caller for them needs to be thinking, right, what is happening here? What is the main problem? And the main problem is they're losing a pick before they actually execute anything. So every time they've gone outside now, they lose a pick to Spuds. They really need to ensure that doesn't happen. We can see Spuds out here on this more offensive position when we've seen him most of the game. He's going to get another pick here, and it's another silly drop for FM. Just a man by himself. The smokes aren't good enough. It gives a pick to Spuds, and it's great stuff from him, but FM going to be left in another confusing situation, and they kind of work out where they can go now. And I think it's just be more of a case of either save here, or they kind of just got to have to hope for the best and choose one place and go for it.
You see, one thing I've noticed is that Rasta haven't changed the way they set up. It's honestly been the same thing ever since the 3rd round, and FM are failing to scout them out. They're failing to notice how they're setting up. And look at this. Spuds came from outside, has now rotated himself to ramp room. He's continuously keeping FM-eSports guessing, but he will go down to Nilzinho's Kalashnikov. But Mr. Brandon Weber is going to be waiting for them. He's anticipating someone to perhaps be dropping down, but he'll be able to hear them now. He hears them dropping down. Weber gets one. He gets shut down by Neil. And at 3 versus 2, this is doable for FM-eSports. It's now 2 versus 2, and they need to get this bomb down on the B-bomb site. They need their first round on the board, and there's the bomb plant.
Yeah, here we go. This is the first round is looming for FM Toxic. The next frag to be very important, and Windansky does manage to get it. It's going to be a 2-on-1 situation now. JK making his way onto the bomb site. He has got 2 flashbangs in hand. He actually is going to try and do a flash defuse here, I believe, and he's going to get taken. I don't think he's going to be able to take this one, and there we go. The first round has been posted for FM-eSports, and here we go. This is where they need to change the momentum now and get themselves back into this. It's going to, if they drop this round now, it's going to be devastating for them. The money will just be shot to pieces. But here we go. Rasta obviously have enough money in the bag to keep going with 9 rounds in a row. Money's not going to be a problem for them. But from what I can see, that wasn't really, this is what I'm talking about. It's big individual plays from FM there. It wasn't necessarily what they did was good. They kind of, Windansky managed to pick up a couple of frags there towards the end, and that's the only reason they got back into it. They need to kind of find their form as a team now. Spuds picking up yet another opening frag now, and it's just quite sloppy from FM. They really need to work out whether they're going to take this outside bomb side. They need to start utilising the flashbangs and smoke grenades properly. Otherwise, instead of throwing rounds down the toilet.
It just looks like they're unprepared on nuke. Honestly, that's exactly what it looks like. Their smokes aren't doing the job. Their flashes aren't doing the job.
Just giving 3 frags to Spuds. We're just checking on the scoreboard right now. We can see Spuds managed. He is leading the charge there. Well, he's going to have 13. Weber's going to be shortly behind him with 14. And we can see Mike S yet again. He's the main AWP for the team on 1 for 11 here on the nuke side. We need him to step up if it's going to be. He needs to pick up the AWP and kind of find his confidence and take Spuds out. Spuds is standing on that red crate almost every round. He needs to take him out and show why he's granted one of the best AWPers in Europe right now. He's kind of had a very quiet final so far. I'd love to see him get into this and show why he's been brought in all the way from Holland for this game.
Because he was phenomenal before the final. But could he be nervous because he's on the main stage?
I don't know. He's been very quiet so far. We know the game's not over yet. There's still time to get it back into it. You know it's T-side. It's hard to kind of find your flow when you're an unprepared team. But here we go. This looks like an upper execution for FN now.
Yeah, here we go. Good flashes from Zed, and Reason's going to try and shut
This
them
is better.
down. And the answer's going to be a big fat no. They're going to get the bomb down, and now the CTs find themselves 2 men down. And let's see whether they can protect this bomb and ensure it blows up and gets them their second round on the board. Spuds, he's got that big green gun. And Henry, he's running away.
Yeah, he's out of there, but he manages to take down Zed before he goes. Just to note what FM did there. I'm not sure why they haven't really been doing that before. It was a really nice take. It was really smooth. They got out. The CTs were flashed. They should have been trying that before.
It was so simple as well. It went back to basics.
It was that's all you need to do in CSGO, especially on LAN, where people aren't perhaps playing at 100%. You just need to make sure you're staying as a unit, doing traditional stuff, outside takes, upper executions, vent drops, etc. You don't need to do anything too complicated. When you wait around and force yourself to do something with 20 seconds remaining, like we've seen them go down lower and kind of have nothing to do, that's when it gets a little bit confusing and you find yourself in these horrible situations. But here we go. That is going to be the second round on board for fm-eSports now. And it looks like they might be opting to do that, the same thing again. They knew how well that worked. They kind of can see themselves setting themselves up in lobby again. I think they've kind of scared themselves off a bit from outside now.
Yeah, Jacob has changed his position a little bit now. The CT defense has been finally unlocked and undone. So good stuff from the CTs. They know that they need to change it around. They know that FM Toxic have realized their approach to the game, but Weber is still a lone ranger at ramp room. We saw him get a 4-man up against PC Higher earlier on, which was just like 1 bullet killed 4 people.
Why people are walking through smokes of ramp, I have no idea, but it's...
I think only FM can tell you that.
So like, we've got that much time on the clock, just walking through blindly and hoping for the best. When you say that, though, Neil Zinio have a great flank on ramp room here. Maybe able to pick himself up a couple of frags. Manages to take down Weber. That's a huge gap to take at this stage in the round. And here we go. It's going to be a 4-on-4 situation now. Time is dwindling away. FM need to decide what they're doing right now. I would suggest they want to probably go lower here. It looks like when you've taken down Weber, we know how strong he can be down there. So it's be yeah, here they go. It looks like they're going to opt towards go down there. They need to get a smoke grenade down though. Will they have a smoke to get it down?
They don't have any smokes. They have a Molotov and 3 flashes. Mikes nails Reason in the head, and FM Toxic find themselves 2 men up. It's going to be Jacob, who's played very, very well for the CT so far, to get the return frag. And with Neil on only 20 points of health, and Sockham on very, very low points of health, this is doable for Rasta.Xd, and my wish has come true. It's 2 versus 1. Zed all alone at Toxic to try and save the day. 2 versus 1. It's going to become 1 versus none. Zed with the clutch. And a lot of people say that he is one of the best young talents in the UK scene at the moment, and he showed us exactly why people say that. Brilliant clutch.
He's one of the most consistent all-round players the UK has ever produced, in my opinion. Like he never blows everyone away with like a massive 40 bombs or anything like that, but you can always rely on him to deliver the goods and post a good performance. And he's showing his weight in why he's here and why he's so valuable to his team. That was a great performance from him. That's going to be a very important round indeed for FM.
So finally, FM have managed to force Rasta back onto an eco.
Yeah, this is the complete turnaround, going from what, like 10-0 to bringing this back into 3 rounds on the board, potentially a 4th now. This has been fantastic turnaround for them. I think they kind of realised what they had to do, just go back to a more simple gameplay, and it looks like Polster is in a very good position there. He might be able to get a couple of frags here. He doesn't. Zed does take him down, and looks like the upper execution will be in full force there. So Spuds manages to take down 1, but the Toxic team do clean up now, and they've managed to actually pull this half back to something pretty respectable. The money is going to be good from CT for the final round, but my guess is going to be picking up the orb for Terrorist on the final round. It'll be interesting to see whether he does be able to pick Spuds now. It'll be quite interesting to see whether they should have been doing that the whole time. Looks like he will be taking his advantageous spawn he's got here, but he won't be going outside. I'll perhaps be going straight towards ramp.
Let's see whether it's going to pay off for him. It might, because some of the fm-eSports players are indeed going towards ramp room. Good Molotovs there from Hope. It's something we saw Dignitas utilize, and now teams are picking up on it, and it's so crucial to prevent those quick A-bomb site rushes.
Absolutely. Especially when you're just trying to lock them out of the rush. You don't want to waste a 20-second smoke on it. You just want to use the Molotov straight away, just to kind of stop the rush initially and make sure they can't get in.
Yeah, slow fm-eSports down. So here we go. Almost a full 3 CZs coming out from the terrace and a full AK-47 buy. We've got Spuds, who's open outside, a bit more aggressive, and this is one thing I like about Spuds actually. He goes towards Big Garage and then falls back and changes position to ramp room. He always wants to be in the right place at the right time.
No, we see a lot of big players do that. Exactly what he should be doing. Just keeping sure he's at the front the front of the charge at all times and making sure he is the first one they run into before they have a chance to execute anything. We can see the T's actually opting to go outside now. They haven't got smokes again. They know the Spuds should be all being out there, so it's pretty risky move from them. But here we go. Spuds is going to be having a look now as to what's going on. Neil Zeno should be able to take him down now, and there's going to be a next frag. Oh, that's huge. Big shot from Spuds there. And Neil Zeno is going to feel a little bit silly, I think. He should have taken that one down. But Weber answers back and takes down Zed, and it's going to be a 2-on-5 situation. It looks like this last round will be going in favor of Rasta.
Yeah, they know exactly where the bomb's been dropped, and well, Jacob doesn't miss from there. 11-4 is going to be the score at half-time, and as it looks at the moment, Henry, we could potentially be going to a third map.
Well, I don't know. I think if I had to call it now, I'd say this one's going to overtime.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Is just from what I've seen so far on these teams on T side respectively, like I just think this Rasta team really is going to have a very similar challenge for themselves. Like kind of running around, kind of hoping for the best, making a lot of mistakes, smokes not being exactly perfect. So I think we're going to see more of the same, to be honest. But let's jump back into it now. The pistol has gone live, and we can see this will be FM Toxic now on the preferred CT side.
Yeah, there we go. Let's have a look at the CT setup. They've got 2 in ramp room, Zed playing from behind the box, Mike S just behind them. And they have smoked Hut to, again, ensure that the push cannot occur straight into the A bomb site. Because we know how good the Glocks are when you partner them with armor on the opening pistol.
Sure.
So FM Toxic just waiting to see a sign of some of these Rasta players somewhere. If Rasta managed to win this pistol round, Henry, and capitalise on the next 2 rounds, and it put them at 14 rounds already, so this pistol round could be crucial for them.
It's huge, yeah, absolutely. It's quite interesting to see they haven't actually gone for like a full-on burst out with the Glock armor. They're kind of biding their time and seeing what's available on the map for them. It's going to make the CTs a little bit paranoid, I think. We can see Socken has spotted 2 Ts on the main roof there, and here comes the execution as the CTs do pick up 3 huge frags there. The Ts have a couple of their own to answer back with. 2-on-2 situation now. Pulse actually left on a 1-on-2, and this is going to be absolutely huge if he can pull this one off. He has got 35 HP. He has got the bomb in hand. If he can get this bomb down just to a start with, that would be great for them.
Yeah, well, the CTs have heard it, and the fact that the bomb has gone down has secured at least a 3rd round bye for the terrorists. But here we go, the retake comes in. But, you know, there's still a chance that the terrorists might be able to win the next round, and they won't have to rely on that 3rd round bye and make it 12-5. And if they do win the next round, being on the eco whilst their opponents have bought up, they'll completely cripple the FM economy.
Well, I hope they don't do anything too silly here and just make sure they buy next round. They don't need to buy anything more than maybe a couple of CZs. There's a PT-50 and a CZ there. But, yeah, they can buy AKs next round. The CTs know that. You can see we don't actually see SMGs at all in the CSGO at all really anymore. So we can see a full rifle setup from them. They know what's coming. Zed actually hasn't got any head armor now. So he's quite delicate. It looks like they might be dropping the bomb down vents here. I think they will be. We can see Weber. This is a great move from him. We can get yet another bomb plan here. I think that's quite sloppy from FM, allowing that bomb to go down. And although they pick up the frags, it's going to be very difficult for Rasta to, for FM to actually win the next round, because the economy is going to be so strong for the Ts now.
Yeah, exactly. The Ts are going to be
2 bombs
rolling
in a row.
the money. Exactly, 2 bombs in a row. And when you put that into perspective, that a lot of terrorists fail to plant the bomb in the first and 2 rounds in the first place, which causes them to eco on the 3rd round as well. So to get 2 bomb plants is going to do wonders for the economy of the terrorists. And look at the amount of money they have.
Yeah, they can do all sorts here. You can see Spuds here. He can't quite afford an AWP, but he just will be going for a full AK setup. And the CTs will be keeping their FAMASs. They think this round, they probably know they can't win this one. It's going to be very difficult for them. Like, if I was calling now, I'd be calling for the CTs to do something aggressive. I'd be saying, get in their faces, let's do something different, get that first frag and make sure we actually win the round.
Yeah, they need as many rounds as they can to get the momentum tilting in their favour. But it is going to be an A-bomb site push from the terrorists. Neil gets 2, but Weber answers back. Mike S appears out of nowhere, straight from Holland to drop Reason. And can Jacob save the day? Jacob with 1. Oh, there's a CT right behind him, and he didn't notice. And at 2 versus 2, they need to pick up this bomb. And the CTs just, well, they don't really need to push. They can just play cool, calm, and collected and sit on top of the bomb.
Go. This is 2 Ts now, 1 minute on the clock. They do have time to play with here. No one really knows where each other are. We can see Jacob. Oh, he doesn't make the frag on the Mike. Gets a full blind kill from Mike there. That's going to be this round decided, I think. Weber left on 7 points of health, and I think Jake should have he'll be feeling a little bit sorry for himself with that one. He should have taken that frag, and Socken finishes off Weber, and that's going to be a huge round for the CTs there. They really are going to be satisfied with that one, managing to win the round with 2 pharmacists on board from a full buy from the terrorists. So good stuff from them. This is the perfect position now for FM to bounce back as they take their 7th round.
Yeah, the terrorists being forced onto yet another eco, and it's only 11-7 now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
every round it gets a little bit closer and a little bit more uncomfortable for Rasta.
Well, they are all going to head towards Mike S. So let's go and take a look at what he's going to do with his AWP. He needs to wake up so far this final, and, well, that's very unlike Mike S, but he has managed to drop the bomb. He's being pushed. Mike S with the double, and surely the triple. Oh, he goes down to Weber. And Neil Zeno is going to come in with the M4 and tilt the numbers slightly more in his favour, and Weber goes down as well. So a half-decent anti-eco from the CTs, but they've got to be careful not to push towards Spuds now, because Spuds is deadly with that AWP, which he's picked up.
But it'll be very, very nice indeed if they can get it off him. They know that the money, if we just take a look at the scoreboard now, the money isn't great at the T-cam. Him saving this AWP will be fantastic for the T. So there we go. Windansky takes it off him. That's going to be the 8th round on the board now for Fragmaster's Toxic, and we can see another healthy buy coming in from Rasta. This is although they have got a lot of rounds to play with, every time a CT does win a round, it gets that much closer, and you can see them getting comfortable now. And Micus will be picking up the AWP, he'll be taking it outside, he'll be picking up the slack from Spuds last half, and he'll be hoping to put out a similar performance, I'd hope, and kind of wake up and show why he's in his lineup.
Yeah, prove to us all as to why he was chosen to play for his designated side. Let's see whether Mike S can get shots through the smoke. Yeah, he answers back to Spuds' antics last round. But here we go. The terrorists have actually pushed down towards Secret, bomb included, and it's all down to Sock. And if he manages to get a frag or 2 here, he might be able to nullify this terrorist attack towards the B-bomb site. But they went down, they saw the smoke, and now they've had a change of heart, and they're considering going back up towards outside and towards the upper bomb.
Yeah, as soon as that smoke goes down, it's so deadly. Like, you have to either wait 20 seconds or kind of run through it. It'd be interesting to see what kind of option they take. The smoke is going to run down, and the T's now kind of don't want to make that first move. They know a CT's got to be here somewhere. Where is he? Neil Zeno takes down Weber. It's going to be a 3-on-5 situation now as Pulse, Spuds, and JKM are the last men remaining for Rasta. Make their way into the lower bomb site. Spuds has got the bomb, and he's going to want to get that down ASAP.
They're going to slowly leap into vents. Jacob's hanging around towards Socken's right-hand side. An interesting peek there from Socken, exactly on Jacob. But guys, we are at LAN. I assure you nobody's wall hacking. But here we go. Jacob puts that Molotov down onto the B bomb site. And by the looks of things, the terrorists who are in secret have had a change of heart. They're going all the way towards main, and they're going to hit this upper bomb site. Spuds with 1. He goes down to Windansky. Pulse returns the frag, and it's 3 versus 2, but only 10 seconds on the clock. They have no option. They need to make sure this bomb gets down.
Oh, it's not going to happen. And the CTs just need to stay alive now. And there it is, the 9th round on board for FM-eSports. And now then, it looks like they could force buy this, the T's. I wouldn't really like if they did. I think it's going to be more damaging for them. They won't win the round. Here we go. The Galils are out. They're all in. All in right now. We can see the Galil is on JKM, and after not having a very convincing round last time, I think they have to have a change of pace here. Either kind of go back to something like a ramp rush or kind of an upper execution. Try something a little bit different when they haven't got such a strong setup.
Well, Weber has made his way on top of white, or yellow as we used to call it back in the good old CS Source days. Not quite sure why they changed its colour, but Reason is all eyes on lobby. Let's see what's going on. He's going to spray and pray a little bit through the wall, try and get a frag or 2. But the terrorists at the moment, they're trying to scout out how FM-eSports are setting up. A bit like what FM-eSports did to them. They got to a point where they lost so many consecutive rounds, they just thought, right, we need to calm down, we need to find out how our opponents are setting up and try to counter that. Here we go, 50 seconds on the clock. The clock is ticking, and still plenty of time for the terrorists to mess around, but they need to make sure they don't leave it too late, and it does look like they're going to dedicate towards outside. Weber and Pulse are going to make their way towards main, whilst the rest push through Blue Hub, but that Molotov is going to absolutely barbecue them. Neil gets 1, Mike S joins in on the action, and well, As you say, Henry, lambs to the slaughter.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's going to be the 10th round on the board now. And then this one's going to be huge. It's going to be an eco here for Rasta. And when it gets to 11-11 on the scoreboard, you kind of realize, oh, we're CT. We only need 5 more just to get the draw. Oh, well, to get the winning, sorry. So 4 more to get the draw in place. And then they kind of will be feeling that this one might be slipping away from them. Rasta really do need to start posting some rounds on the board and kind of start hitting the CT economy a bit harder, because right now it looks like this round is going only one way.
So Neil playing the same position he played last round, just on top of Squeaky Door, patrolling the area, making sure no one pushes through it. Socken has actually changed it round, but here we go. He sees the terrorist pushing out. Neil in the right place at the right time. As always, gets the double. Windansky joins in on the action.
Nice
and
drive.
A brilliant anti-eco from FM-eSports.
Yeah, this is what we were talking about before. I said I knew Rasta were going to struggle just as much as FM did on the T side. You can see that the lack of preparation and the lack of set pieces here. I think we can see Spuds is actually going to get the AWP here. He'll be looking to challenge Mike S, I'd imagine, unless he's going to go for something like a similar door explosion or a ramp pick. It looks like they're going to be opting for the former and going for the pick outside. He fancies his chances here. Will he be able to take on the mighty Mike S?
Well, it's the battle of the snipers, the battle of the AWPers between Zed and Spuds. He's going to peek it, but, well, Mike S ain't showing anything of himself, and he's fallen back, and probably the smart decision. He doesn't want to go down really early on, especially when you consider how much FM Toxic have huffed and puffed to bring it back to even Steven.
Every frag is important at this stage. You don't want to give it away early on unless you absolutely have to.
So, bomb's been dropped near T-spawn. Neil is again playing above Squeaky. Windansky slap bang on top of the bomb site. Mike S playing in heaven, and Zed's going to be the Lone Ranger.
We see Weber going for this big crowd pleaser move. Will he be able to get up onto the catwalk? He does, and this is going to be very exciting if he can actually navigate his way into the upper area. It's going to see Mike S did pick up that first frag, but this is a big play from Weber right now.
I think you might be able to hear him, but Mike S is somehow prepared.
Oh my God, that's a huge shot, and Weber's going to questioning what the hell just happened there. How did he know? Oh, fantastic stuff from Mike S, showing he's a bit stronger this half. Pulse manages to take down Zed. It's going to be a 4-on-3 situation now, and CT just hold and dig their feet in as the time runs out. Mike S picks up another one. Can he make it a 4-man this round? He can't. Spuds takes him down, and the momentum shifts all of a sudden. Jacob actually manages to get the bomb down, and all of a sudden this is looking quite promising for the T's.
Yes, it's crucial. Jacob, he knows that a CT has dropped down vents. They're both trying to find Jacob with the headshot, and surely the terrorists ain't going to salvage this one. It's Neil versus Jacob. Jacob on only 5 points of health. But let's see whether Neil can figure out where he's hiding. A pinpoint flash, but it lands behind Jacob, and he clutches for the terrorists. Jacob on only 5 points of health. The hat-trick comes in. Phenomenal from Jacob.
That was an absolutely fantastic round from Jacob. It looked like that round was completely lost after Mike S got 3 huge frags outside. I'm not really sure how the team managed to get that one down. But Jacob, huge plays there, got the bomb down pretty early on, got one of the drop frags, and then somehow managed to kill Nuzini as he jumped through that window of a crisp 1 bullet as he took him down. But that's going to be huge for them, and that's going to take them back into the lead now as the CTEs kind of reconfigure and work out what just happened there and how they can stop that happening in the future.
Yeah, because the CT's won so many consecutive rounds, they can, of course, still afford to buy, and their economy is relatively healthy. So here we go. Pulse outside, and Socken. We haven't really seen him play this position before. We saw Mike S up there with the AWP, so it'll be interesting to see if the terrorists actually pre-fire it or not. The problem with outside is when you push it as a terrorist, there's so many places you need to check at once. That's why the smokes are so crucial.
Here we go then. It looks like the T's are getting ready to execute. We can see a kind of traditional outside take here. They should be able to get the first frag actually. Looks like the T. Oh, that's a big nade. Did actually quite a lot of damage. Spud's been taken down to 55, Pulse from 13, and they have managed to get themselves down, but the CTs are also aware as to what's going on. We can see that smoke yet again locking them out, and they're going to be trapped in this limbo area now as they will work out what they do. Time is dwindling away second by second as they kind of hold up and see what is available as options for him. Neil Zeno is going to be the one in the vents waiting for Tees, and he's might be able to wear a wall bang there, but it's not going to happen. Tees now got 20 seconds left. Bomb needs to go down any second now, or it's going to be very difficult for him to get back into this round. Neil Zeno doing huge work there. 2 big frags from him. It looks like Zed might be able to stop the plant going down. Oh, and he just does. Great work from him, and that's going to be the round tied up, I believe, for FM Toxic, and that's a very big play from Zed, managing to stop that bomb plant just in the nick of time, and we can see that's going to be nothing else but a full eco now for Rasta Gaming.
What do you suggest they do on this eco?
Just do what they did before. Do you remember when they dropped down the vents with the bomb?
Yeah.
Money is not in their favour right now. We can see like Reed's got $1,800. Webb is on the bare minimum of $1,400. They just want to try and get that bomb down the vents. Let's jump on Webber now, see what he's got up his sleeve. It looks like he will be doing something alone perhaps with the bomb. Oh no, I think he realises he's got it now and has to join us team. But here we go, yeah, they're going to wait for the smokes to kind of, and the Molotovs to happen, all the nades to be used up, and I think they'll just choose somewhere to burst into. They haven't got much in terms of their arsenal. They've got a couple of CZs, some Glocks and a PT-50, but this round should be going in favour of fm-eSports, and this could be the turning point now where fm-eSports tie this up and win this tournament.
Yeah, they are, of course, 1-0 up in this BO3. And to be fully honest, if they do end up tying it up, you can argue that they probably deserved it because they were the team who came through the upper bracket.
Yeah.
Just a bit unfortunate that they didn't have the map advantage that we used to have in the past here at iSeries. But here we go. Spuds and Co. getting ready with the CZs, getting prepared with the P250s. But last time the terrorists were on an eco, Neil Zinho, like a hot knife through butter, absolutely annihilated him. And Mike S, outside in Garage, manages to get one. Neil should get another. He does, but it's going to be Spuds to get two. Neil is currently on a 4-man. He will get it. And is he going to... yeah, there we go. He gets 4. And well played from fm-eSports.
Yeah.
Just a bog standard anti-eco bash, but good stuff from Neil. Good stuff from Neil.
Neil is firing all cylinders in the upper bomb side. He seems to be hitting every time they try and come out. He's getting 2 or 3 spray downs.
They never check. He's playing in the same place, but they never
every
check
time.
it.
Well, that just serves to him now, laying down good smoke grenades, good flashbangs, good Molotovs. The fact you can get away with the same position every round just says you're playing your position very well. So here we go. We've got the full buy here. Webber with the P90 now. An interesting buy on the terrorist side, but let's see how that works out for him. We can see them making their way towards Rampam. He's just going to have to jump through the smoke. Not the smoke, guys. Anything but the smoke.
Oh!
Big play from Zed there, and he's going to be very happy with that. That's a huge round for him. It's just going to be JChem lurking around the upper bomb site, and this could be the end for Rasta Gaming as they look like they've got no money whatsoever. Do they go for the draw now, or do they... go for the win? It'd be interesting to see what they do here. Will they go for any sort of buy?
I mean, Henry, you have buckets of experience under your belt. You used to be a team leader.
Yeah.
Let's imagine you were playing for the terrorists right now. What would you be saying down voice comms? What would you be wanting your team to do on this eco?
I'd say we know we're going for the draw at this point. I'd say we're not going to win this round. We probably just want to try and get the bomb down again and then try and win the subsequent rounds after that. It's going to be too far a stretch to try and get... Look at this, guys. It's absolutely... It's brutal out there. Mike gets picking up the first frags. Pulse does manage to answer back. There's going to be a 4-on-3 situation now. Pulse does manage to pick up an AWP though. If he can do some damage with this, it could be interesting to see where it goes. But they just want to get the bomb down. We can see Reason has the bomb here on those secret steps. But I think they'll just be kind of biding their time now and just working out what opportunities arise with the AWP.
So let's see. Like Henry just said, Pulse has picked up the AWP. Doesn't have much armor though, so that's not really going to work in his favor. And he's currently going to go down secret. Close quarter combat, not exactly ideal for an AWP, but if he can get himself in window room or somewhere, and if the terrorist can plant the bomb, he might be able to do a bit of damage with it on rotating counter-terrorists. So here we go. They're preparing to try and go down to this lower bomb site. Or, of course, they could play Super Mario in the vents and go all the way back up and try and plant on the upper bomb site. But either way, it's going to be incredibly tough for the terrorists to pull this one out of the bag. 30 seconds. Taking their time. They know they need to win this round. Hello, Neil pops out. Neil with 2. And, well, I'm surprised Rasta weren't potentially prepared for that. And Pulse, he's going to save this AWP, Henry, and see if his teammates can do anything with it come the next round.
Yeah,
it's do or die next round.
He's got 10 seconds left. He needs to try and save this gun. If I was a CT now, I know we've got enough money. Chase him down, get him killed right now, ideally at the end of the time. Socken will take him down before the time runs out, but that is fair enough. We know the T's now are going to be struggling for cash. It'll be difficult for them to buy an AWP. They have got enough to buy one, but they won't have any armor whatsoever. Let's see what kind of buy they opt for here. So we have fm-eSports on tournament point now. One more round, and they have one I-52 Mad Cats and Ayama CSGO challenge. But this is it. This is all in now for Rasta. What can they do here?
Yeah, fm-eSports, they've huffed, they've puffed. They came through to this grand final, through the upper bracket final. Rasta have looked good, but just not good enough to nullify fm-eSports. And down they go, dropping like flies. But it is still 3-on-2, so let's not get too excited just yet.
Yeah, we're going to have a lot of smokes being laid down there. The bomb is going to be down in that upper bomb site. If Region and JChem manage to pull this off, they'll be heroes amongst their team. Let's see JChem kind of lurking around. They just need to find a frag now. That's all they need, just to get them back into this round. To be very, look at where that bomb position is. It's just right in the open there. And if all they've got, they actually have got a full array of nades. Really, Region has got a full stock of nades. If they can smoke onto the bomb and perhaps get out with a couple of flashbangs, it could happen. But like the time is ticking away now. Here we go. This is the smoke I was talking about. Can they get the smoke onto the bomb and perhaps just nab it and get out of there and create a little bit of diversion? Oh god, there it is.
In comes the Molotov, and Jacob there in hood. He's sort of looking at the bomb, he's eyeing the bomb, he's saying, I want to pick you up, but I can't get to you. But here we go. They're going to finally execute. Jacob spots one, nailed in the head by Neilzinho.
GG.
And FM-eSports, deservedly so in my opinion. They came through the upper bracket, and they've just about edged it, 16-12, and there's Zed there, just huffing and puffing. Great four-man from him a few rounds ago, and fully deserved, I think, for FM-eSports.
Yep.